Ooh-wee! Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me here Sunday. And my gosh, what a weekend. What a crazy weekend we've all had. The only thing on everybody's mind is what the heck happened to Jeffrey Epstein. What the heck actually happened? You know, and I know I floated a lot of theories around in my video yesterday, and everybody else out there has theories of their own. What the heck happened to him? Was it a deep state hit? Was it Clinton? Was this some sort of white hat operation? Or what? What the heck else might have happened to him, you know? People questioning, was that body really his? You know, I don't know, quite frankly, and I don't really care. Because the most important thing here is that everybody out there in the public thinks he's dead. And they were told it's suicide, and they're not buying it. So you know what that's doing? That's getting this into the public conversation. And everybody across both aisles, across every divide, doesn't matter who they are or what label they attach themselves to, they're questioning this. Democrats and Republicans, they're questioning this. Everybody out there is questioning this. That's what's important. So we're going to be talking about Epstein here. We're going to take a look at a few more things surrounding his death, what the medical examiner has to say about it. We'll take a look at Donald Trump retweeting conspiracy theories and the mainstream media attacking him for it. And we'll be taking a look at 8chan. Very soon, I'll be getting into more of a variety of videos talking UFOs and technology and spirituality, health and whatnot. But right now, it's all Epstein and all politics because holy crap. It's a good day to be the good guys, I'll tell you that. So let's get into it here. First of all, shout out to a sponsor of this channel, the Q-Coin. Man, this Q-Coin, let me tell you, awesome gift. I've handed out a bunch of these. You can get one of them for 17 bucks or two of them for $5 off if you use the code that's down there in the description. GreatAwakeningCoin.com, but these are bronze press Q-Coins. Where we go one, we go all on them. The Great Awakening. They come in a pretty envelope. It's a great gift. Great gift to pass along to your family and friends. So now let's get into Epstein. So this article going around highlighting a very key point. Former inmates of the MCC, the Manhattan Correctional Center where Epstein was held, they are saying themselves that there's no way. They do not believe that Epstein killed himself. This article particularly gives a description of where exactly Epstein was held, saying it's like 8 or 9 feet between the floor and ceiling. No way to do it. They give you paper sheets. You're on suicide watch. They put you in basically a straitjacket, jump in uniform. No way he committed suicide. So that's why everybody out there are scratching their heads about this. And God, it's everybody's a conspiracy theorist this weekend. That's the incredible thing. Everybody out there, no matter who they are. And how about this? His autopsy results. The medical examiner is pending further information. They literally don't have, or what they're claiming is enough info on Jeffrey Epstein to say anything. It's like, you know, deep state hit, could be. White hat operation, I'm like, man, if they would have framed this, they're framing this like perfectly to make it look like it was deep state. Again, I don't know who done it, but the fact is that the public is told it was suicide, and just check it all off the box. Like, pending further information? Okay. What the heck? There's no video of Jeffrey Epstein's apparent suicide. Like, we don't have the closed circuit television of his suicide. Okay, that's weird. How about this being weird, that being weird? It's perfect. It's just a perfect, it's brilliant story to make everybody talk about it and make everybody start really questioning their fragile realities out there and what they really believe about the world. So there's that. Now let's get into Jeffrey Epstein's attorneys. I saw this just a little bit ago. 2 of Jeffrey Epstein's longtime attorneys have hired criminal defense attorneys themselves. This is going to get so bad, folks, that his attorneys need attorneys. Haha, you see that? That's incredible. So no one's buying this suicide. Everybody thinks it's
fake news.
Total fake news. And now his attorneys are hiring attorneys. Wonder why. You know, in fact, where's Ghislaine Maxwell? Where's she at? She skipped the country. 10 bucks says she did. And where's a lot of other of his friends at right now? We'll see. I'm waiting for Hillary Clinton to tweet about it too. Like any one of them, just say something. Just say something. But you know who has said something? Donald Trump. He retweeted about it. You want to know what he retweeted? Holy crap, breaking news live, BNL News, breaking. Documents were unsealed yesterday revealing that top Democrats, including Bill Clinton, took private trips to Jeffrey Epstein's Little St. James pedophile island. Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, retweeted that, everybody. He retweeted that. Our current president, let me put this in other terms for you. Our current president retweeted that a former president went to a billionaire's what's called pedophile island. Shit's hitting the fan, folks, most definitely. He also retweeted this right here from comedian Terrence Williams. This tweet, read it. Read the hashtag. Read the captions. You can go click it on yourself and watch what he was saying. He said, died of suicide on suicide watch? He doesn't believe that. Jeffrey Epstein had information on Bill Clinton and now he's dead. I see hashtag Trump body count trending, but we know who did this. Retweet if you're not surprised. It's exactly what he said in the video. He was saying he's just a black man on Twitter. He don't know nothing. But he knows that a man doesn't commit suicide when he's on suicide watch. And especially when he has information on the Clintons. Okay? Yeah, Donald Trump retweeted that too. Retweeted the Clinton body count hashtag. Clinton crime family hashtag. My God. Best timeline ever. Best timeline ever. Believe that. So Trump retweeting these hashtags, in fact, and as I noted yesterday in my video, the Clinton body count hashtag was basically replaced by Trump body count on Twitter. Okay, this is something the fake news media won't frame for you. They won't give you the proper context or the actual facts behind it. Yes, Trump body count trended, but Clinton body count trended first. Trended first thing, right when Epstein news broke. First thing that trended was Epstein and Clinton body count, right? Trended for a few hours, but then the bots or whatever algorithms on Twitter went into overdrive and literally replaced it. Like it wasn't even trending near the top anymore, and then suddenly Trump body count trended. I don't really understand that. Unless Twitter's biased, then yeah, that's believable. And not just that, but later in the day, nothing about Epstein, Epstein murder, the Clinton hashtag, the Clinton body count hashtag, none of these trended. For me personally, that was me going to what's trending on Twitter. Let's look at what's going on in America, not for you. You don't want to look at what they have for you. You want to look at what's going on in America. Boom, none of that was trending for me. Talk about manipulated algorithms, right? And then right here I noted, and this happened not surprisingly not long after Donald Trump, President Trump, retweeted, Terrence Williams retweeted that breaking news live about Epstein's, quote, suicide. Right after Trump retweeted it, boom! Twitter went into censorship, shadow banning mode. So it's very important to note how that went down as we go through this fake news media and what they're trying to frame the situation as. So after Trump retweeted these, oh God, they're conspiracy theories that everybody in the country, everybody in the world that heard of this story is questioning. Trump retweets these conspiracy theories tying Clintons to Epstein's death as per the Washington Post. The king of fake news, the pillar of deep state bullshit, Washington Post, the Amazon Washington Post, the CIA Washington Post, you know, it's one of those. Anyway, Trump retweets conspiracy theories. Here's a drinking game that I don't advise you to play because you'd probably die. Anytime you read one of these fake news articles, like from the New York Times, the Washington Post, take a drink every single time you read the word baseless, unsubstantiated, fact check, or misinformation. We could play bingo with those words, or drinking game, or whatever you want. Those 4 words. It's incredible. Trump tweeted a baseless conspiracy theory about the death of Jeffrey Epstein. Apparent suicide, retweeting Terrence Williams. The claim is unsubstantiated. My God. Clinton spokesman responded on Twitter, ridiculous and of course not true, and Donald Trump knows it. He knows the Clintons don't off people. Yeah, that's
Listen, you're being rude. You're fake news.
You're fake news. Stop being rude. Look, I knew about the whole Clinton body count thing. The Clintons are silencing people, suiciding people, arc-inciting them. I heard about this years ago. I heard about this way before Q, way before Trump even announced he was going to run for the 2016 presidency. This is not anything that's new, nor is it really a secret. Just look into the Mena murders. Clintons have been Arkansiting people way back since when they actually lived in Arkansas. That's where it came from. The Mena murders. Covering up a lot of weird stuff, a lot of trafficking, allegedly, that they were doing there in Arkansas. So this has gone on for a long, long time, folks. But now, with this story, people are, everybody, not just people, but everybody. They're questioning this. They're looking at it. They're going, whoa, Clinton. God, the memes. The meme generators are getting fired up. They're going all around. They're cracking me up, but there's so many of them. Yeah, amazing times we live in. This is now causing a crack in the public consciousness, most definitely. There's that from WAPO. This one was yesterday. This one was today. They're going into overdrive, trying to retain the public narrative, retain control of that narrative here. The dangerous cycle that keeps conspiracy theories in the news and Trump's tweets. Well, hot damn, maybe conspiracy theories are in the news because they're freaking true. And everybody's waking the hell up and connecting the dots and going, oh man, maybe we should start looking into this stuff and watching these YouTube videos and following these Twitter accounts to talk about real things. Maybe. But again, this one, baseless. Hey, don't start playing that game again. Unsubstantiated. Look, it's like they go through even a timeline. The first paragraph, they must say baseless. The second paragraph, they must say unsubstantiated. The next word must be unsubstantiated. And then we go through, oh, there's misinformation. Where are the fact checks at? Those are, of course, in here somewhere. It's all BS from WAPO. You gotta understand how fake the media is, truly, truly. So there's that. NBC News was not far behind. Trump retweets Epstein conspiracy theory claiming Clinton connection. But nobody is listening to that. So, I mean, geez, with Epstein here, POTUS himself retweeting this information, these hashtags, all of what we're getting about Epstein's suicide. Sure doesn't look like a suicide. Somebody offed him. Deep State, Tribunal, don't know. Like I said, again, don't really care. We might never know. But does that matter? No. The most important thing is everybody's talking about it. So this is a perfect time to bring it up in conversation. Just plant the seeds, folks. Plant the seeds. Never underestimate the power of planting those seeds. Just one question. Just one question. One statement to maybe a stranger, someone you're interacting with at the store really quickly, or whoever, right? One little statement, you could make them scratch their head for days and really start opening up something in their life. They won't remember it, most likely or not. Maybe they will, but they might not remember it a few years down the road. But nevertheless, that seed started germinating, started making them ask questions, connect some dots in their heads. Again, perfect time to do that. So there's that. Now let's chat a little bit about the attacks on 8chan. So speaking of the...
That is such fake news.
Fake news media, New York Times going after 8chan as if we had enough attacks on 8chan. But the New York Times, you know, the ones who are leading the way with UFO bullshit that they're telling us, they, check this out, put a report out, okay? How am I going to frame this for you guys? I want to get it right. So they put a report out yesterday. Apparently, there was a attempted shooting that was going to happen in Oslo, Norway. It was thwarted or failed in some way. The New York Times was reporting on it. And they literally reported right here that about 2 hours before this attempted attack in Oslo, Norway yesterday, a post appeared on 8chan. The message board, as you can read here, that had hosted the anti-immigrant manifesto of the man accused of the El Paso shooting. Do you see the problem here? Do you see the problem? The New York Times reported this yesterday. Hasn't 8chan been offline for close to a week? New York Times, I mean, they're truly not sending their best. They're not hiring their best. Most definitely. And, gosh, they could at least find some people that can get their shit together when they're trying to print their fake news. They're not even doing it good. So, another piece of fake news. No corrections were issued, and the article is still up, according to this tweet from 8chan that came out earlier this morning. I think it has been corrected by now. But nevertheless, you can see, I mean, they're not going for 4chan. They're going for 8chan. And they're doing it in just incredibly illegal ways. It's like a cop planting the evidence, right? There's a random person uploads this manifesto, don't know who, doesn't look like it's the shooter in any of these instances, but what's reported runs like wildfire. Oh, it was on 8chan. Reports say the shooter uploaded the manifesto to 8chan. Reports say. People can report anything. You see these people doing it all the time, and CNN and WAPO and New York Times. Reports can report anything, and then the reports just spread, and we gotta fight this fakeness that's going on. So most definitely. And then a few more things on 8chan. How about this? Okay, so there was some fake chans, as people are calling them. Some basically, it was reported or made known that there were allegedly some groups going to a place called ZeroNet and some other more like dark web, things I don't really understand, places on the internet to congregate now that 8chan was down. Check out this article from the Daily Beast. 8chan refugees, they're calling them. They're their mothers really didn't love them enough when they were children, truly. The way these people are in the head. Anyway, 8chan refugees blow their anonymity. And what happened is that a lot of these folks, this article reports here, that when they went on to ZeroNet, their IP addresses got seen. Basically, they blew their anonymous status on ZeroNet. So it was like a total honeypot. And a lot of these LARPers, let's call them that, LARPers, on Twitter, if you know who I'm spying with my little eyes, if you catch my drift, some LARPers are telling people to go to these places. So you got to be really careful. You know, me, like I said I think a few days ago, one of my last videos, I don't know tech. I don't know that sort of stuff, you know, and so I didn't go on to that website. I don't advise people to do it if you're not familiarized with how to protect yourself from malware and hackers and things like that on the internet. So I just know the basics. I'm not going to mess with it. And be careful who you follow, guys, truly. Don't just go to where this person on Twitter, whoever is telling you to go. So be careful. And then last two articles here from the Washington Post, because they just suck so bad that why not? Just why not? They're still going after 8chan and Q. They're going after Q. Here's this article that came out a few days ago. You know, 8chan might be down, but nevertheless, they're going to take every opportunity with 8chan being down to spread some bullshit about it. This one says, I understand the temptation to dismiss QAnon. Here's why we can't. And you know, what's funny about this is that this article was posted under a different headline. The other headline called QAnon a game. And they changed the headline quickly to this one because if you look at this photo, look at all the subliminal programming in this photo. I want to highlight this really quick. You have QAnon, and then you have a shooter, a dude with a gun, a rifle there. Like, how much subliminal programming are people picking up from this? They're thinking, oh, equating QAnon. Oh, incites domestic terrorism. Oh, see that? Awful stuff. Speaking of which, now that the president's retweeting conspiracy theories, are they going to label him a domestic terrorist? We'll see. I'm sure they'll try. But subliminal programming here. And this was a different headline. The headline, like I said, stated QAnon is a game. Or had something, it was referencing it as being a game, which, you see who incites the actual violence here? Who does the true division on the internet? Mainstream media. So there's that. Again, talking about JFK Jr. and just all this bullshit stuff that has nothing to do with QAnon. It's all promoted nonsense that they claim Q is promoted, but no, they haven't. The FBI recently identified as a domestic terror threat QAnon. The FBI didn't do it. It was an FBI Phoenix field office, right? Who knows? It didn't come from headquarters. And not just that, but the special agent in charge of that field office, when that report was released, was a former CIA counterintelligence officer. Details matter. Hashtag facts matter. Don't they? Washington Post has no facts. And then this one, the fountain pen obsessed entrepreneur behind 8chan. The internet's most notorious hate forum. Again, personal experience is some of the best truth that can be had. My personal experience with 8chan, I'll reiterate this 1,000 times, it's limited. It's only been on the Q Research Board over the last 2 years, but I've been on there quite a bit, and I haven't seen hate. I haven't. I've seen a lot of shills, a lot of COINTELPRO people post a lot of bullshit on there, but that's quickly called out. There is a very structured, organized community on there that doesn't tolerate nonsense, that in fact cares very much about each other and cares about the world. That's why they're there. That's why they're uncovering corruption on the forum. So, I mean, gosh, just facepalm with this. Facepalm, absolutely. And then they're trying to just attack Jim Watkins, which I do believe he released a update on his YouTube channel. I don't have it here with me available to click, but Jim Watkins released a statement today from where he's at here in America, saying that he's talking to Homeland Security. You know, he's being very open and transparent about it. We're not terrorists, us conspiracy theorists, anybody that's on 8chan. We're not terrorists. We're not dangerous people. We're normal people that just think. We think. Man, what's so difficult about that? We think, we go and talk about it on the internet. Unfortunately, because of how much big tech, deep state influence, powers that be control there is on the internet, we have to go to obscure anonymous forums to do it. And that's where we talk about what's really going on in the world. So, nevertheless, tax on 8chan, tax on the president. But it's only because this is all getting exposed. Just beautiful times we live in, guys. Beautiful times we live in. And that's all I have for you in this one. That's where I leave you here. Use that Epstein news. Use that Epstein news to talk about it as much as you can. Just plant those seeds in people's consciousness and stand up for the truth. You know, stand up for the truth about 8chan, about the President of the United States, about what's really going on, because we have to. We are the news now, aren't we? It's up to us to get it all out there. So thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Just remember, Patreon, patreon.com/Jordan Sather. Link below for that. If you want to support the independent work that I'm doing here on YouTube and on Twitter and Facebook, etc. And for my documentary film projects, one of those coming out very soon. And then JordanSather.com. Find the events coming up. I'll be in Ventura, California, just a few weeks here. That'll be a grand old time. A lot of great speakers at that event. Very excited to meet Bill Binney. That'll be quite an honor. So he'll be there, and many other people as well. And then you can check out the shop on jordansather.com too. Links below for that. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. This will be a fun week, right? I'm sure it will. Done.